Good morning and welcome to a very special ceremony here at the G.I.S studios. My name is Davina Lee and I will be your host. I would first like to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed guests, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Ambassador of Taiwan to St. Lucia, His Excellency Peter Chen, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Mrs. Anne-Margaret Adams, Director of Information Services, Mrs. Vernette Fontenelle, the staff of the Taiwanese Embassy, the staff of the GIS, and other guests. First, I would like to call our Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Anne-Margaret Adams, to give the welcome.
Thank you very much, host and master of ceremonies. I would like to adopt the protocol that has already been established and of course welcome the staff of the GIS to this handing over ceremony. The ministry is very, very honored to be a part of this celebration as we are the recipient of this donation on the behalf of the Government Information Services. Our relationship with the Republic of China, Taiwan, has been a very fruitful one. And today we are very honored to be a part of this handing over ceremony. We are very much aware of the challenges that the GIS has been confronted with in terms of the aging equipment, obsolescence, and the challenges in really delivering the service that is required. So we are very happy to be a part of this ceremony in which you'll be able to get the investment, make the necessary investment to be able to deliver the service as the Information Services Department, which is responsible for disseminating information to the government of St. Lucia. So I'd like to welcome everyone to this ceremony and of course invite the Master of Ceremonies to really take us through the proceedings. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, DPS. I would like to call on His Excellency Peter Chen to give some brief remarks.
Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Deputy Permanent Secretary Anne-Margaret Adams, Ms. Vernette Fontenelle, Director of Information Service of GIS, colleagues from GIS and also my embassy, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm glad to be here to personally demonstrate our support towards government information service. We are always thankful and cherish our cooperation with GIS and NTN over the years. This is the second time we lend our support. Last time was in 2011, when GIS moved to a new office and we funded to purchase equipment to enhance its operation. Today, we are glad to render our assistance again. Furthermore, during the explosion of information in the digital age, all information spread quickly. However, we also see disinformation and misinformation manipulate citizens' ability to understand and consume the news, which can lead to social disruption and will further affect democracy. GIS and National Television Network, serving as the leading information and communication network in St. Lucia, are responsible for disseminating accurate information. And I believe that introducing new equipment is crucial to address the issue and will help to build up a more trustworthy environment to spread information. For that, Taiwan is proud to be a contributor. I would also like to take this opportunity to comment on Honorable Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire for his continuous support and all the efforts dedicated to national development initiatives. The government of Taiwan will continue to work with the government of St. Lucia to uphold people's right to know and access a reliable, accurate, and timely information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. I would like to now call on our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister with Responsibility for Information, Dr. Unesile.
I'm a little tall, so I have to. Thank you very much, Mistress of Ceremony, Excellency, Ambassador Chang, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Director of Information Services, Principal Information Officer. Well, she's also the Mistress of Ceremonies, the staff of the GIS, staff of the Embassy. Good morning. Let me start by wishing everyone compliments of the season. I think we're counting down the days now to when we will be celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And I know some of you rather be home and elsewhere celebrating. And those of you who went out liming last night and the weekend with all the shows, I'm sure you really don't even want to be anywhere else but maybe recuperating. I think, like the Mistress of Ceremony said, it's a really special day today. And I'm really happy to be the one, Excellency, receiving the check on behalf of the GIS. The Director of Information Services, in preparation for the upcoming budget, had a list of equipment she wanted replaced, upgraded, added to the GIS. And if you know her well, when she asks you for something, she reminds you every day that she will need it. And she made a very strong case for it, and we had to explain to her she has to wait. We have to submit it to finance. Finance has to consider whether or not it is necessary. And if it is necessary, finance then have to figure out whether they can find the money to do it. But she was insistent she needed it, and the department needed it. And in a conversation with you, Excellency, I raised it to you, knowing that in the past Taiwan had been supportive of the GIS and NTN and had provided them with equipment. And I asked Excellency whether or not it is something his embassy would be minded to consider. But given the short notice, I'm not sure if it's possible, but see whatever he can do for us. And he promised that he would look into it. And I was the happiest person when he messaged me during the official visit of the Prime Minister to Taiwan to let me know that, it had been approved. And of course, I conveyed that to the Director of Information Services, and I think she was equally elated to learn that we would be getting the support for the GIS. I think, Excellency, in your words, you explained why it is important for us to have a very well-resourced and supported information infrastructure. We live in an age where truth and accurate information is very treasured. There's so much going on now in terms of misinformation and reinterpretations of history and reality that it is really scary. And the staff at the GIS has this noble responsibility to ensure that they put out accurate information and keep our citizens fully informed of what's happening in the country. And this becomes even more important during times of natural disasters, for example, that urging for citizens to get accurate information of what's happening is really critical. So the GIS needs to be well-resourced and well-supported. And you also made the point about the digital age. It is really transforming how communication is disseminated and how it is conveyed to evoke responses in people. And the GIS itself too has to build that capacity to make sure it can keep up with the new trends and the new developments that are taking place. And I'm really excited about next year and some of what I know would be implemented at GIS. I'm aware that attempts have been made to bring back Radio St. Lucia in whatever form it will take, but we've made a commitment that we were going to revive a national radio broadcasting service because it is still very critical. And I think I know the team at G.I.S. is working very hard to actualize that, and hopefully we will have further discussions, because I think there's probably even more good news that we can share in terms of support to make it happen. So I'm looking forward to the equipment being used by G.I.S. to really enhance your capacity and your ability to fulfill your mandate. So we are thankful to you, and please convey to your government and people of Taiwan our appreciation for the continued support. And I think I should take the opportunity to say to you that we're really grateful for the support that your country continues to give to St. Lucia in so many different areas. You can virtually look across the full ambit of our development program and see the involvement of Taiwan and the support that is given to us. We look forward to a very long and continued friendship with the government and people of Taiwan. And you know, St. Lucia is a friend, St. Lucia is a partner, and St. Lucia is a supporter of Taiwan. And we hope to continue that relationship that we've had, and for it to get stronger. So thank you very much, Excellency, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Minister. Don't go too far. We're going to have the handing over ceremony. Handing over of the check from Ambassador to Minister. You can hold on to it still.
Receipt.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to call on our Director of Information Services, Mrs. Vonette Fontenelle, to give the vote of thanks.
Okay, I'm very tall, so. Thank you, Madam Master of Ceremonies. I would like to, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Honorable Dr. Ines Le, Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, His Excellency Peter Chai Chen, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Mrs. Anne Margaret Adams, the staff of the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, Principal Information Officer, Government Information Service, Ms. Davina Lee, the staff of the G.I.S., other invited guests, good morning. It is my pleasure to be tasked with saying thank you to the government and people of the Republic of China, Taiwan, through your Excellency, Ambassador Chen. When I was told by the minister that your government had agreed to make the donation of equipment to the G.I.S., I was more than pleased. More so, some of the staff I had the opportunity to inform of the donation. Immediately, the responses were of the impact it would have on their ability to do their job effectively. You see, we are now going to be able to meet a huge challenge of updating an aging stock of equipment and improving on the delivery of service to the government and people of St. Lucia, who have had an expectation of our presence for the coverage of all major, national, and other events of public interest. The burden of constantly repairing and having to stretch the limits of the generosity of professional friends who have borrowed to us equipment more than usual will be a thing of the past. With that, we are so pleased for your donation. We are grateful that we can look forward to a new year with the equipment and tools we need to work optimally. Please convey our sincere thanks from our government and people to yours. We cherish your partnership. It is my pledge that the value of this donation will not be diminished, as we will be good custodians of our equipment. To the Minister, Honorable Dr. Ines Le, I would like to express my sincere thanks on behalf of the staff of the G.I.S. In the last couple of months, we have witnessed a marked improvement in the response to our resource needs. This donation through you is remarkable. We thank you for appreciating how great the need was and moving to address it in a short space of time. I know I speak for the staff when I say this is refreshingly an unexpected surprise. A wonderful Christmas gift and for the new year. I promise you that we will make the very best use of the equipment, we'll take good care of it, and we will always be accountable for its management. To the Deputy Permanent Secretary, you promised very early, and also the Permanent Secretary, that you would represent the GIS robustly and that you would make every effort to make the GIS feel the representation of your ministry. I would like to say on behalf of the staff that we are grateful for the strides that you have already made and you have kept your promise. Thank you for always facilitating our requests and believing in our many challenges and working towards improving. I would like also to express our thanks. I'd like also to express my thanks to the GIS team, in particular the men and women of the technical department, who will have the biggest contact with the equipment. Thank you for your patience. In the last couple of months, I have seen you perform under the most difficult of circumstances. I am assured that if you did so much with so little, that you will surpass expectations when you can proudly present at assignments with reliable and updated equipment. I want to say a special thank you to Ms. Elsie Cheque for your guidance with this exercise. Your interventions were timely. Thank you, everybody. Season's greetings. All the best for a bright and prosperous new year.
Thank you, Director. So, thanks again, Minister, for negotiating an ambassador for the equipment. So this brings an end to our, we have gift for, sorry. Minister, could you hand over to Ambassador? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for coming, everyone.